Hi, friends. Welcome to the world of learning. And this is your friend, Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra, marching ahead towards sharing quality learning scenario. Well, for the learners to be in the classroom, so as for the teachers to be in the classroom, you need to be prepared, you need to be monitored to the best of your deliveries. Well, the solution to the best of the delivery of the knowledge to this is a concern in very much independence on the educational setting of the classroom, right? A traditional classroom teacher may find it to the perfection of the scenario wherein the concept deals with learning to learn as a hobby rather than an occasional occurrence. Well, of course, the concept here is the mix and match, learn by doing and by getting involved to the best of the abilities and conduct of individuals. The students may no longer need to please their facilitators or reach to the set standard, or winning here is not getting the higher ranks but a win win approach in governance. Here, the very task of the educator is not to look at each activity and determine what state of effort is good or bad. Instead, it is the loftier goal of helping students to devise and format the intelligent approach in discerning for themselves those talks that deserve a commitment for excellence and those who do not in particular. Well, friends, the objective has to be to cure ignorance and make learning happen. Being practically oriented by the task of experiential learning, have to determine the task and make the students involved with repute, giving freedom to them and also let explore their level of maturity and wisdom during the process. The job of the education as such here is not only to set standards for students uh, for better learning, but also to help students set standards for themselves. This makes it a better, fair, and an exciting concept which aims at not only at a short interval of time but a lifelong learning platform for the students. As per the guidelines set by Stephen Simpson in his book, The Leader Who Is Hardly Known, Selfless Teaching from Chinese Tradition, the two suggestions for helping students develop their own sense of good enough are about first being provide challenges where the measure of good enough is obvious to all, and in addition to this, lead students to activates that are intrinsically motivating to the perfection of many students, right? In addition, we look forward to, as the reference above two strokes, deliver a particularly participatory role of educators to deliver the learning opportunities to the masses in a big way. Challenges, in a way, make way to the participation with pride and the win win approach. Keeping this view in regards, many of the exercises and activities tend to be open and may appear in tandem or not so realistic on ground, but they are always welcome. They always deliver to come out of the conclusion of being in a gut to deliver learning, like from the heart, that I need to impress my audience on a regular basis. The learning so happens is a normal classroom much modified with subjects and aspects of relative energy to being a lone learner to a partnership learning in particular. Well, the fragrance is to make the participants or the students happen, uh, the engagement happen, and the interactive moments to deliver with a zeal to learn and get the learning outcome be more than expected. Every individual has to be given the freedom to work for himself under the given circumstances in a big way. Various activities which deliver individual or group thinking and participation dwell perfection in a big way on completion with the learning outcome as a certain feature. One of the good ways that an experiential educator can train people to develop their own sense of feel good is to help the students find happiness by doing the things that are important to them, doing them without fear for failure. That's something which every child should be told to. and without any concern for any long it takes. So here the task is to use the learning and encapsulate its features as a part of a hobby rather than an occasional occurrence. And to the surprise of many, the ancient Greek word for leisure is schol, schole, from which the English word is derived as school or a scholar. The term schol means performance of activity for its own sake and for its own end. With the shoal in mind or schol in mind, the task of quality education is to assist students in a big way. They check out what deeds and the experiences they deliver and intrinsically motivate them, would create an atmosphere where these activities could be performed in order to get the best of the outcome. The calm and steady educator is what is desired future out of an experiential educator. It is extremely important in a way for the audience to enjoy the learn of a great deal from someone who is brilliant and unstable. The stability is required to sustain reaction time for the educators and hence being the consistent party in their approaches and ways of being and avoid erratic behavior that would create insecurity, tension, and fear, as the objective is crystal clear to curb or to cure ignorance. For any teacher to explore teaching, the importance of teaching calibrates only when the student is ready for the content. The learning goes like action, experience, reflection, insight, and the action. So that performs the best way of fertile momentum to this learning. This is very similar to the Deming cycle of PDCA, which means plan, do, check, and act. So we need to plan our lesson plans. We need to execute the task of teaching in the classroom with a wow feature. And of course, in addition to this, the DMAIC approach, that is the define, measure, analyze, inspect, and control, also plans to the best of the module.
It's 11 o'clock.
And time tells me that I have to go now. Anyway, so the scenario is to bring out quality and Kaizen culture within classrooms to the best of the learning of all. And that is what we are looking at. That's what we are looking at as a priority in all the classrooms, my dear friends. And make sure that you, as a teacher, deliver the best. But you can only do that when you're prepared in the classroom. You can only do that when actually you're executable to the performances and of your yesteryears of learning may not deliver the pride what you expect, what your students expect today in the classroom. So make sure that we are able to contribute to the best, but that is only possible when we are expecting to deliver the contribution from teachers in a big, big way. Is only possible when they learn with the march of time. So all your social networking tools and techniques and the content should be gone through in your head top rather than passing it or forwarding it to the friends around. Make sure you try to imbibe in yourself, encapsulate some of the knowledge which you share, and try to implement that knowledge to the best of the ability of the people who are actually going to listen to you. So till then, take care and have a wonderful time. Please take good care of yourselves. That's your resource person here bidding you goodbye and see ya.